boost GDP by more than 6%, provide energy services to the 592 million people currently lacking access, and improve welfare across regions. These benefits are set out in the latest market analysis developed by the International Renewable Energy Agency in partnership with the African Development Bank. Policies that promote structural change and strengthen African countries' industrial capacities, develop local and regional value chains, address existing commodity and trade dependencies, and pursue education and skill building to forge a skilled workforce are vital. Accelerating investment is essential, as the continent currently only receives around 2% of global renewables investments. International cooperation, including South-to-South cooperation, is central to exchanging best practices, sharing technological know-how, and financing the transition. Decision makers need a bold vision and comprehensive approaches, such as an African Green Deal, to turn the possible socio-economic benefits of sustainable development into lived reality for all Africans. Africa is richly endowed with significant energy resources, yet it accounts for only 3% of global renewable electricity generation capacity. A far-reaching ambitious energy transition could increase economy-wide jobs by 3.5% to 2050, offering employment opportunities across the value chain that cover all skill levels. It could boost GDP by more than 6%, provide energy services to the 592 million people currently lacking access, and improve welfare across regions. These benefits are set out in the latest market analysis developed by the International Renewable Energy Agency in partnership with the African Development Bank. Policies that promote structural change and strengthen African countries' industrial capacities, develop local and regional value chains, address existing commodity and trade dependencies, and pursue education and skill building to forge a skilled workforce are vital. Accelerating investment is essential, as the continent currently only receives around 2% of global renewables investments. International cooperation, including South-to-South cooperation, is central to exchanging best practices, sharing technological know-how, and financing the transition. Decision makers need a bold vision and comprehensive approaches, such as an African Green Deal, to turn the possible socio-economic benefits of sustainable development into lived reality for all Africans. Africa is richly endowed with significant energy resources, yet it accounts for only 3% of global renewable electricity generation capacity. A far-reaching ambitious energy transition could increase economy-wide jobs by 3.5% to 2050, offering employment opportunities across the value chain that cover all skill levels. It could boost GDP by more than 6%, provide energy services to the 592 million people currently lacking access, and improve welfare across regions. These benefits are set out in the latest market analysis developed by the International Renewable Energy Agency in partnership with the African Development Bank. Policies that promote structural change and strengthen African countries' industrial capacities, develop local and regional value chains, address existing commodity and trade dependencies, and pursue education and skill building to forge a skilled workforce are vital. Accelerating investment is essential, as the continent currently only receives around 2% of global renewables investments. International cooperation, including South-to-South cooperation, is central to exchanging best practices, sharing technological know-how, and financing the transition. Decision makers need a bold vision and comprehensive approaches, such as an African Green Deal, to turn the possible socio-economic benefits of sustainable development into lived reality for all Africans.
Okay, Welcome, welcome everyone. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us. My name is AIIDEV Aziz. I am a program associate with the AIIDEV Africa. Let me see some reaction. If you can hear me, you can type in 1 in the chat box. Type in 1 in the chat box if you can hear me, if I'm audible enough. Fantastic. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. So we're welcome to, thank you very much. Thank you. We're welcome to the Africa Sustainable Energy Accelerator Program 2025. 2024 was indeed exciteful and impactful. For those that participated in it, for our previous fellows, we can tell of how exciting it was with innovative ideas and hosting key players in the energy sectors. And we're excited to welcome you to this year 2025 Sustainable Energy Accelerators Program. On behalf of the leadership of the AIIDEV Africa, we welcome you all. My name is AIIDEV Aziz, the programs coordinator with the AIIDEV Africa. So we would move straight into the program for today, our agenda. But before we do that, I'd like to recognize the leadership of the AIIDEV Africa, the entire programs team members that are here with me, in person of Mr. Abioye and Mr. Mayowa. And also we recognize the presence of the regional coordinator and of course, our keynote speaker for today, for today's opening ceremony. We welcome everyone and everyone joining us. You're all welcome. So we'll go straight to the introduction section. So this is where we're going to be introducing ourselves. So we're going to be starting with our names, where we're from, and what we hope to get from this year's Sustainable Energy Accelerators Program. So I'll start with myself. My name is AIIDEV Aziz. I'm from Nigeria. I'm a program associate with the AIIDEV Africa. I look forward to an innovative and transformative journey in the energy space. And I look forward to being part of the narrative for the year 2025. So we can use the chat box. You can use the chat box, introduce yourself. So I would move straight to the chat comment sections while I'll be reading your name, your country, where you're joining us from, and what you hope to gain from this year 2025 Sustainable Energy Accelerators Program. So I'm going to head right to my chat box. So let me hear from you. Yes, I can see Monshood Yakub from Nigeria. Thank you for joining in. I can see Ibrahim Zubar from Nigeria. Yes, I can also see Lagbayi Felix, also from Nigeria. I see you, Musbao, from Nigeria. I can see you, Diane Akitunde, you're welcome. Believe, you're welcome. Atiego, you're welcome. Kozim, you're welcome. Ronald, welcome. Malese Tanami from Zimbabwe. Marcos from Ethiopia, we're welcome. We're all welcome. We're welcome. Yes, I can see Steven from Nigeria, we're welcome. Steven says he's keen to learn about the research and renewable energy and how it can transform Africa, how this renewable energy can transform Africa. You are in the right space. You're welcome. Edmond, you're also welcome. So we are wasting much of our time. Keep dropping in the comment section. Keep dropping. This is an avenue for you to connect, to get to know yourselves. It's a very great opportunity, so keep sharing. So we're going to be moving straight to the next thing on our agenda. So I'll be inviting one of my colleagues, in person of the head of strategy and development for the welcome address. I'll be calling on Toluwani Oyesiku to give us the welcome address. Toluwani.
Hi, Okunle. Are you able to confirm that you can hear me, please?
Yes, I can.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And good morning, good afternoon, and good evening to everyone joining us at this special occasion of the onboarding ceremony of the 2025 cohort of the Sustainable Energy Accelerator program. We are delighted to have you join us on this program. And of course, we give to you birds of Marys. I expected that it's going to be a whole lot of emoji clash this very afternoon, that everyone in the house is very excited to be a part of the program. Of course, I'd seen, I don't know, you are not giving me that energy. I don't know what's going on exactly. So we want to do Steven, yeah, congratulations to one and all. That's how it's supposed to be. Of course, well, you may not know what you're getting into right about now, but in a couple of minutes, you get to understand how much of value you'll be adding to your life in the next couple of weeks. And of course, we would be able to show you that you are the best place when you can actually get the value that you are seeking, especially when it comes to sustainable energy developments in Africa. So, on behalf of the leadership of AIIDEV Africa, it is my delight to declare the C 2025 cohort open and make you understand that it's out of a pool of several hundreds of applicants that you have been able to secure a slot. So this is to make you understand that you are unique, you are outstanding. We have several other applicants that couldn't proceed into this stage of joining us for the opening ceremony today. So this is to give you your applause and make you understand that you have done well for yourself coming this far to get onto the opening ceremony today. So it's not a bad thing if you're able to celebrate yourself. And I see so many people doing that already. So it's a day to be happy, right? And of course, I wish that in the same energy that we are declaring the ceremony open today, I would be able to go onwards, into the last phase of the program. So once again, I stand here to represent the leadership of AIIDEV Africa, all the heads of teams, the board, everyone, to welcome you all into this beautiful academy of learning. And yes, over the next couple of days, we'll assure you that even your own story will be much more greater than the testimonials that you've read in the program guide that was shared with you. Or maybe I just confirm in a minute, if you've been able to read through the program guide that was shared with you, could you just signify with any emoji? Because there are some interesting things that readily you should be aware of that are contained in the program guide. So if you have been able to see through the program guide, can you just do an emoji? Yeah, I see Sadiq. Sadiq has been able to see through the program guide. Oh, beautiful. You have been able to. Oh, fantastic. So that is to tell, because I need to make you understand that the first point of starting this program starts right from that document, from that program guide. It's already, in fact, for many of you, we may not have needed this ceremony again, if not just for us to be able to come together as an academy of learning to just put in a bit of other information to you. That program guide is comprehensive enough to give you the structure of the operations and the timeline and agenda for this program. However, for some of you that may not have gone through the document, I want to advise you that immediately after this ceremony, please try as much as possible to see through the program guide. You would agree with me, for those of you that have seen it, that the testimonials that are contained in that document, some of you may readily have started converting a story as those that were contained in that program guide. Many of them came, onto the program as newbies in the energy sector. Many of them came not even really knowing where to set their foot, but we're able to offer a bit of guide with our community of experts, with our outstanding faculty, to be able to offer so much guidance for them to be established in their journey. So I really wanted to see this as a rare opportunity, which I want you to embrace with all of your commitments over the next coming weeks. So once again, you're welcome to the program, and I hand it back over to Ayokole. Thank you very much. Ayokole, it seems you're muted.
Oh,
You
sorry.
Yeah.
Sorry. I was mentioning earlier on, and I'm appreciating Mr. Mayowa for the warmth welcome. And I was also encouraging the incoming fellows to take note of some of the things that Mr. Mayowa has rightly mentioned. You just to reiterate what he has said, many people actually applied, but you're lucky enough to be part of those that will be called to participate in this program. It's not everyone that that was being called, but it's an opportunity. So the same commitment and zeal that with which you impute in applying, the same thing you should also apply while going through the program. So it is very imperative. Welcome again to everyone. So we're going to be going to the next thing on our agenda, which is bringing in our key speaker. But then before I call on our key speaker, I'd like to say one or two things. The Sustainable Energy Accelerators program is one of the programs that at AIIDEV Africa we're very proud of. I was graced to be opportune to be part of the program's teams for 2024 Sustainable Energy Accelerators program, and I can tell you it was indeed impactful. I mean, we hosted several innovators, and they were showcase of impressive projects. So, and this year, I hope that the same thing can be replicated and even done more for this year. So, it's one of the programs that I, in particular, am very proud of that we do at AIIDEV Africa. So, again, welcome to us. So, without wasting much of our time, I would like to introduce our key speaker for tonight, for this opening ceremony, rather, in person of Madam Chineye. Chineye, I want somebody to help me to put up our profile. Can somebody put up our profile for me? The program's team, please help me with that. So, very quickly, I'm going to be introducing to us our key note speaker in person of Madam Chineye Ajayi. So Madam Chineye Ajayi is an experienced energy professional and a commercial lawyer with a number of years of experience. She's a managing associate and a team lead at Olaniwon Ajayi LP. She's passionate about energy transition and SDG 7. She's a coordinator of the African Fellowship of Young Energy Leadership, that is the AFYEL. She's a passionate advocate for affordable energy access and economic empowerment. The Olaniwon Ajayi LP provides business advisory and legal service to clients within the energy sectors. So with a virtual clap in the comment sections, I want us to welcome our key no speaker for tonight in person of Madam Chineye Ajayi. Please, let's give her a virtual clap. I want to see a virtual clap in the comment section. Let's give her a virtual clap, please. So over to you, Madam Chair. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good afternoon, everyone. Can you confirm that you can hear me?
Loud and clear, please.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. All right. Again, good afternoon, energy leaders. It's such a pleasure and an honor to be here. I think I was here last year as well. And amazing work and well done to the AIIDEV team for putting together this accelerator program, because I must tell you, it's very timely, right? And we all know that the energy sector is the heartbeat of every economy, and it drives social transformation. And there is hardly any economy or any sector you can think about that can actually thrive today without energy. Think about the power sector, think about manufacturing, think about any sector you can think about. So you will find that energy is central and critical to their operations. And notwithstanding the fact that we know that energy is critical, yet Africa is suffering very badly from energy poverty. And again, going by the statistics, over 600 Africans do not have access to electricity, right? And that's a very big major problem. I'm sure we all know the numbers already. And to think of the fact that there are certain communities in Africa that have never seen a light bulb before, it's really heartbreaking. And that is why I believe you are here. Okay, so I want you to see you being here, or rather you being part of the Sustainable Energy Accelerator program as not just an event or one of the activities that you engage in to tick the box, but it's actually a rare opportunity that you have to be part of a solution that will affect many generations to come, right? So the problems that we face in Africa requires bold minds, require creative solutions, and require a deep sense of purpose. And I say creative because, Africa is a totally different climate. What may work in other countries may not necessarily work in Africa, because we have our peculiar challenges, our peculiar problems. So notwithstanding the fact that, we get a lot of lessons from other countries, we need to creatively and innovatively think of how to tailor those solutions to suit our to suit our peculiar challenges here in Africa. Again, that is where you come in. All right. And this is also becoming very critical, because as we see in the trend, a lot of, for instance, we follow what's going on in America, and the fact that the president all of a sudden has now taken a different trajectory in dealing with sustainability, in dealing with energy as a whole. And that tells us that there is so much that we can achieve, and there is so far we can go by relying on external help. So is external help important? Oh, yes, it is. But are we going to rely on it totally? I'm not sure, because no one can solve your problem. No one can feel the pain as much as you do, because you're the one wearing the shoes. So again, my mindset, or my mindset and my approach, when I relate with any energy professional very recently, is that we need to come up with a scenario where we need to think creatively and derive our solution internally as Africans, and not necessarily relying on external help. If we get it, fine and good. But if we don't get it, are we going to be stuck? I don't think that should be a scenario. So again, I believe every one of you are here because you've demonstrated some level of potential, some level of ambition, and a desire for a change. And notwithstanding how talented that you are, talent is not enough. Being good in engineering, being good in whatever aspect of the energy sector you're playing in is not enough, right? For you to thrive in this, space, apologies, guys. For you to thrive in this space, you need certain key traits and mindset. I think it's actually a thing of mindset, because I believe you all whatever it is you're doing, cut across different subsectors within the energy sector. So you have the clean cooking. In fact, maybe I should talk, before I go into what the mindset point, I think it's maybe useful to just talk about the different aspects of the energy sector that you can deploy. Now, we know that energy sector is very wide. You can talk about the clean cooking aspect. Now, that's a whole bucket of challenge entirely. A lot of women are dying because of the impact of using, the traditional ways of cooking. So there's a problem there, right? And then there's also the area of transport, and there's also the area of course, manufacturing. But even beyond that, there are also other areas that I want every one of us to look into, because again, the energy sector is a wide space and there are so many things that you can do. And it's interesting to note that irrespective of your discipline, irrespective of what you studied in school, you can actually find a place within the energy sector. So let me give an instance. I am a lawyer, right? I don't do the engineering part, right? Even of course, there's an aspect of me that focus on engineering, but essentially there is a legal and policy aspect of it. And this is also a very critical area, because without policies and the right laws, we might not be able to drive some of the changes that we see today. So legal and policy is a critical area that you need to pay attention to, or rather is an area that you can delve into, just in case you are here and you're wondering, okay, what role do I need to play? What aspect do I need to play? I just want you to know that energy sector is beyond the engineering and the technology aspect of it. There are other areas that are critical to solving Africa's energy problem beyond the engineering and technical part of it. And it's interesting to know that those other areas, if we don't have enough resource and human capacity in that area, even the technology would actually make no sense. A good example again would be finance. Think about all your best technology. If you don't have finance to be able to scale, to be able to deploy these solutions, then they end up just being on the paper, right? Then we also have those who are involved in human resource. Again, your technology might be great. You might even have the money. There might be the right policy, but if you don't have persons that have the right skill and capacity and expertise to deploy these things, then there is also a problem, right? Then you also have the economic aspect of it, because the energy sector does not exist in a vacuum. There is an economy, there's an economic state that is required to make it thrive. So essentially, think of all the various aspects, right? And there's also the administrative aspect of it. There's also project management aspect of it. All of these are sub areas or within the energy sector that every one of you can play, and nobody says you need to stick to one. You might be an engineer, but you might decide to also delve into the human resource aspect of it. You can decide to delve into other aspects. For one, for instance, I'm a lawyer, but beyond having a lawyer, I also run a renewable energy business, right, where I provide actual technical solutions. So I wear two caps essentially. So what am I saying is that you don't have to stick to one area. The problems are so much that, we need to learn to multitask. We need to learn to develop multiple skills to be able to solve this problem. And this is why you are in a program like this, to help you see the various opportunities that you can leverage on in order to solve this problem. We are here to solve problems, because as much as there are problems, there are also opportunities, because for every opportunity you take advantage of, you're solving a problem, and of course that then goes down to your bottom line, which is making money, right? So having established that there are different opportunities for you, I want you to think wide, right? One of the mindset you need to have if you're going to thrive, right, and be exceptional in the energy sector is innovation. Innovation must be your guiding principle. The world is ever evolving, right? And we cannot afford to be left behind as Africans. So there are a lot of technologies here and there. I want you, as you go through this program, to come up with fresh ideas, bold and unconventional ways of doing things. Yes, we know we have history, we have record, what is the trend? Yes, but I want you to think outside the box. It doesn't matter that no one has ever done it before. It doesn't matter that no one has ever taken that initiative before, but you can be the first. Who says you can be the first, right? So I want us to think innovatively as you go through the program, right? What can I do different? Question the status quo. Question why are things the same way all the time? Why can't you do it differently, right? So the second point I want you to have as a mindset is purpose. Two people can do the same thing, but achieve different results. Why? Because one does that particular activity with a sense of purpose, and the other person just does it to tick the box. The person who does it to tick the box, okay, I just obtained the certificate and that's it. But a purposeful person sees beyond the mere activity. A person that works with purpose looks at the end result and the impact it has in the life of people. So you're not just going to be working on projects, you are solving real problems that affect real people, right? And it's important to always think about how does what I'm doing contribute to or impact the life of someone else. For instance, if you're a project developer and you take the wrong step, by doing that alone, you have impacted on the ability of a child thousands of miles away to go to school and be able to read at night, right? It also affects one hospital. You don't know how many people would lose their lives just because you failed to take a step, let's assume you're in the finance space, to finance a project that would have solved a problem in the health sector. So this brings me back to my point. Think with purpose. You are here for a reason, right? You got into this program despite hundreds of other people that actually applied. So now that you are here, you must maximize the opportunity. Then, of course, creativity. Creativity is very important. Again, it will set you apart, embrace new technologies, push beyond boundaries. And another point, which is, I think is very, very critical, is resilience. Resilience and your ability to push through challenges, because trust me, there will be challenges. There'll be many times, I'm sure some of you might be working or have other things that you're doing that may, they might get overwhelming at a point and you feel like, I just need to get out of this program. I'm not sure I can pull through. I want to encourage you, start and finish. Don't just start and finish to just go by and get a certificate, but start and finish, ensuring that you gain knowledge, right? You must be able to push through the challenges. You may need to adjust certain things in your activity or the things you're doing in order to make time for this program, but you must do it. Now that you're here, you must do it. So I think you need to be resilient. And even when you're done with the program and you're out there, okay, you want to start up something, you want to go ahead to do something, there will always be challenges. In fact, if you're a Christian like myself, the Bible says you always have tribulation and challenges, right? But be of good cheer, you will overcome it. So I want you to have the mindset of, I'm ready to fight it through. No matter what challenges I face, no matter what things come my way in the process of doing this, I'm going to push it through. And what will be your driver? Your driver is that there are thousands of people that are relying on my being able to push through this challenge. If I don't push through, they will suffer. If I don't push through, they will die of this problem. And I want you to know that as the fact that you are here, a lot of lives and destinies are tied to yours. Okay, you're not just one individual existing. There are a lot of people whose destinies are tied to yours. If you're able to push through and set up that business, you don't know how many families that you'll be feeding just by the fact that you're employing 10, 20 people in as your staff in that organization. So what am I saying again? Push through the resilience. A lot of things will come up to make you get discouraged, make you want to give up. But please, this is me encouraging you beforehand. Don't give up. All right? Don't give up. It might need you to pull back a bit, re-strategize. How do I do this differently? If that's what you need to do, please do. But giving up is not an option as you go through this program, right? So in closing, I wanted to also encourage you that when it comes to solving problems, particularly Africa's problems, it's not something that you can do as a loner, meaning you need to collaborate with one another, which is why you have a number of you here on this program. I can see over 60%. So what does that mean for you? These are 60 great minds, over 60 great minds, over 60 great resources, over 60 great different and diverse experience. Leverage on it. Connect with people, build real relationships, not the one that is trying to take advantage of another person, or build relationships, connect with people. You never can tell where those relationships can take you. Maybe sometimes may not even be in the immediate, but leverage relationship, collaborate with people, discuss. You're going to have a lot of mentors, have a lot of people talking to you as you go through this program. Please take advantage of it. Learn from the experiences. You don't have to make the same mistakes that they've made, right? And I want you to know that every one of you is standing at a very strategic position in the African energy sector. Yes, you are. And I want you to know that the life of many people stand on your shoulders today, waiting on you to take advantage of this opportunity and many other opportunities you have in the course of your life to help solve their problems. So I challenge you all to be courageous, to be bold in your ideas, to be resilient, to be strong, and know that you are the change makers we've all been waiting for, right? A lot of people are energy professionals, but we still have problems. So we need as many hands as we can get to solve this problem. I just want to say a big, congratulations as well to the AIIDEV team for putting this together. And I must commend the good work. And I wish you all a successful time throughout the program. I'm rooting for you all. Please feel free to reach out to me on LinkedIn if need be. I'm happy to provide any support. I know my skills is tight, but as much as I can, I'll be happy to provide any guidance that you would need. And congratulations once again to all of you, and I wish you all the very best. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much, Madam Chinenye. Thank you very much. I was expecting a virtual yes, more like it. Thank you very much, Anoma. I was expecting virtual clap. I think it's a great way to start the Sustainable Energy Accelerators program for 2025. I mean, she has said a whole lot of things. Yes, let's drop in that virtual clap. Yes, thank you. Yes, beautiful. She deserved it. In fact, at a point I was like, it was almost as if we're listening to real life sermon. And no, it's nice. Thank you very much. I want to appreciate you. Yes, thank you very much. So if there's anything that she has said tonight, she has said a whole lot of things. And I think for me, I've picked a whole lot. And I believe that you also picked, at the point I was writing, I was like, this is too much. When experience speaks, you know that experience is talking. And I think she has mentioned so many things that we need to take home tonight. I mean, she talked about coming in with innovative ideas. There's no point doing the same thing that people does and repeating the same thing. If we do the same thing how people do it, we keep getting the same results. So we need innovative ideas. So with this mindset, you can always make changes, and you can always contribute and come with something new and innovative. That is what brings about transformative impact. That's it. So she also talked about purpose. Coming in with purpose. She used the example of two people. Coming in with different, it depends on the mindset. Like she said, it's possible that you start, but the way you're going to finish, the way you're going to finish would greatly depend on your mindset. The mindset drives several things, so that it's very, very important. Right here from this part of Africa, we have this saying that it is not of him that started, it's always of him that finishes. So it's very simple. It's as simple as that. So I think if there's any other thing that she mentioned that I think it's worth noting is that there will be challenges. But in all things, when you approach challenges with solution, there will always be a way out. So that's the thing. So there will be challenges, so you need to push through. Thank you very much. Thank you so much, Madam Chinenye.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
If I can drop off now.
Yes. So before you go, Let me quickly appreciate you personally now. On behalf of the entire leadership of AIIDEV Africa, we want to appreciate you for taking out your time to join us in this opening ceremony. We've been calling you, and you've always been responding. We appreciate you for also being part of this year. And we hope that when we call you next, you would respond to us. Thank you very much for joining in.
Problem. Thank you so much. It's a pleasure, and well done to you and the team.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Thank you
Yeah,
very much.
okay. On my LinkedIn, just okay, let me just type in my name. You can just find me, Chinenye.
Yes. So we can check in the comment section. We can connect with her. She'll be dropping her LinkedIn. So please let's connect with her. Let's connect with what she does. Let's connect with her work. Thank you very much. So we're going to be moving to the next thing on our agenda. While we allow Madam Chinenye to get busy with other things. We're going to be going into the information sections where we're going to be learning more or hearing some vital information about the programs and probably some important dates that is worth noting for this year. So I'd like to bring forward again the head of programs and strategy for AIIDEV Africa in person of Mr. Mayowa Oniosho. Mr. Mayowa.
Yes, thank you very much, Ayokule, and I must confess that I've continued to enjoy every moment spent here. Of course, I would not be able to take my eyes off someone's comments, which says it's as though workshop started already. Yeah, of course, that's how we do things here. For every of our engagement, there's always something to learn. So, you're not surprised when you get to see more of this, especially in our forthcoming sections. So I quickly want to run you through what we have for you over the next 6 months, what we'll be doing together, in the course of your Sustainable Energy Accelerator journey. Of course, today we've started beautifully with the opening ceremony and information section, which is ongoing. And I'd like to let you understand that all through the month of February and 3 other weeks in the month of March, we shall be having weekly workshop series, which will be centered on key and valuable topics on sustainable energy. We'll be looking at the history of sustainable energy, where we are at Africa, the impact of energy usage and adoption globally, the business of renewable energy, the different options that we have within the streams of sustainable energy, talk about solar, talk about wind, talk about thermal, geothermal, several, facets of sustainable energy. So we'll be looking at all of these together in the course of the workshop. And, we'll also be looking at the practicality of, you picking all of this knowledge into action, you putting it to work almost immediately. So that's how much practical the sections are going to be. And by the 27th of March, we will be finishing with our workshop series for the Sustainable Energy Accelerator. And by the end of the same month of March, we shall be having a little knowledge evaluation, just so we are able to evaluate the performance of our program. If there will be, it is good that we are able to measure the impact that it has had on each and every of the participants. We want to understand how well you are able to comprehend the learning resources, the provision of the program. So, this is one of the major dates to put in mind. Make your calendar your friend, just so you do not miss out on any of these dates. Permit me to also inform you that throughout the period of the workshop series, there will be need for you to always join in on the program, because attendance also has, their impact on your performance. So please, let's do well to mind this. But starting in the month of April, we will be advancing into the phase 2 of the program, which will be the phase where we work on innovation, research, proposal, and workshops. So, what happened at this phase 2 is that successful participants who are able to, show us the efficiency of our workshops, on their performance, they will advance to the phase 2. And, in this stage now, we will all get grouped together to carry out energy innovation research. So in this grouping, we'll be looking at the different yardsticks and the different sectors within the energy space that you can provide solutions and innovation. You look at challenges that are bound in different sectors, and you come together as a team to present on your research, and not just the research. We expect that you are able to divine solutions to whatever problem that you may have identified in the course of your research. And at the same time, we are hoping that your solution now would come into us by the week of the 1st of May to the 19th of May in form of a proposal. Of course, at that time, we not expect that it is a very refined solution now. Of course, we believe that for many of you who are still trying to set your feet into the energy sector, so many ideas will be coming in your head. In fact, many of you would want to submit as many proposals as possible. But, out of the proposals that you will be able to submit in the month of May, we will screen out some, will help you to refine it in a way between the 20th and the 31st of May, and would select some energy innovations that you can start to work on, and we'll refine together to bring into maybe something that could really be market fit, a product already, something like that beyond the proposal now. And by the end of that screening and selection of energy innovators, those whose solution are selected would have the opportunity of moving into the third phase. And in this third phase now, this would almost be like the last phase of the program. So at the third phase now, we would continue to help you advance on your innovative solution that you started working on. So you would be paired with mentors that will help you to refine and help you build your solution. You'll be taught on preparing a pitch deck. You will be taught also on maybe how to formalize ownership of your solution. So we may be looking at all the basic rights that you have to own to be able to have a full ownership of your product. So all these are things that we'll be looking at in the phase 3 of the program. And beyond that, while we are very sure, because it's not the first time we are doing it, for those that were with us last year, we were glad that by the end of the program, we've always seen, not about 50, not even about 50%, but we've always seen a high number of participants come up with very outstanding innovative solutions, which are readily, market fits, by the end of the program. And last year, we made provisions for opportunity of pitching your solutions to, investors, pitching it to the public for assessment and contributions. And that was done during the Africa Sustainable Energy Conference, which once again, this particular course is also very lucky to have enlisted within the provisions of the program. So by July, we will definitely be wrapping up everything mentorship by the first day to the last day of June. And by the first half of July, between the 1st and the 13th day of July, we expect that you have readily wrapped up your pitch deck, your one-pager file, and you have submitted your final solution development, such that by the 21st of July, we notified those of you who are our top Sustainable Energy Accelerator innovators, and would be informing you of the possibility of pitching your solution to possible investors at the Africa Sustainable Energy Conference. So this is just very much unlike every other day program. However, let me make something clear here, that throughout the course of this, we are not going to be seeking for any money from each and every one of you. And in the same wise, we are not promising any one of you funding of any kind. But if maybe through the provision of the Africa Sustainable Energy Conference, when you pitch your solution, there is a potential funder who is interested in your solution that is able to catch your solution at the conference. If there are such provisions, of course, your solution is definitely going to scale on such financial provision. However, AIIDEV Africa is not promising any participant of the Sustainable Energy Accelerator program funding for their solution. What we are only helping you to do is to own your skill, own your strength in sustainable energy leadership by helping you, for some of us on the call now, you may have been nursing this idea for more than 3 years, that you've not seen the push or the possible support to bet this idea into a solution. So this is what we want to do for you. And maybe for some other persons that may want to ask, we are not taking your solution from you. We do not have anything to do with your solution. Whatever solution you have devised in the course of the program is solely yours. We are only giving you a support with the mindset that that solution that you are building, it will do well to impact upon several thousands of Africans, becoming, if possible, a global solution to the issue of energy poverty, touching on MSMEs efficiency, touching on education advancement in Africa. So you do not have any fear of ownership rights on your innovations. However, please pay attention to the provisions that we have made for you. We are not offering any funding for your innovation. And by the week of 28th to 30th of July, we shall be wrapping up gradually the program, with the conference, the graduation and certification. For those that would be able to come along with us in the journey of the 6 months, but I can assure you of something. The journey is really going to be beautiful, and we'll be closing about the last day of the month of July to open another cohort by September 2025. So this is what the program timeline will look like. So just as I have said earlier, pay attention on the workshop dates, pay attention on your evaluation dates, pay attention on submissions of your pitch deck one-pager, pay attention on the graduation days and the terms of graduation. And of course, we are definitely going to be having a smooth run together throughout the course of the program. Having said all of this, I want to believe that we may have 1 or 2 questions. I think if you have 1 or 2 questions, it's about time for you to drop it in the chat box. We will pick it up from there, and we will offer you possible answers to whatever your demands may be. So I think very quickly, under 5-10 minutes, we could just take about 2-3 questions. So if you want to use your mic, you can do well to signify with a raise of hand, and we'll be able to take your question right now.
So, thank you, Mr. Maiwa. I have a question here. So while others are encouraged to drop their question, I have a question from Sean. Mavima. Fellow wants to know, would we have any physical meeting, boot camps, training, or it's all online?
Yeah, of course, majority of the workshops are for you to have, the flexibility of joining. We have tried as much as possible to make the workshops totally online. But the Africa Sustainable Energy Conference, God willing, if we're able to pull through, it could be in a hybrid format, maybe in a hybrid format, wherein some of us may be joining from a particular place. But once more, before I continue into other questions that we may need to ask, let me point you to basic, workshop dates again. The 13th of this month, that's February 13th, February 28th, 27th of February, 6th, 13th, 20th, and 27th of March are the key workshop series dates. Please, I want us to take notes accordingly. And definitely, we will also communicate to you via email so that you're updated on, what is the next thing to do. So we will definitely always be in touch with you through our communication officers. And also someone is asking that in case someone doesn't cross to the second stage, what happens to that applicant? Well, the good thing is that we hope that there is no such applicant that is not able to cross, because the bridge is there for all of us to use, right? So I just think what I want to say to that is use the bridge as much as you can. It is for you to use and it is for you to cross. Of course, we are always at the other side to welcome you to the other side of the bridge, right? But if for any reason you're unable to cross, the only provision that we have is that maybe, just maybe, which is, the very rarest option that we seem to offer, we may be able to, if your reasons for not proceeding with us are such that leave you no choice, we may be willing to open up, another opportunity of you joining the next cohorts so that you are able to complete the program. So I think someone is also asking again, that is the grouping going to be location-based? Will there not be any form of leadership per location? Well, the grouping is not going to be location-based. It's going to be based on the correlations of solution. When we have some of you that are working on electric vehicle solutions now, of course, the best thing to do is to put you together in the same community of like minds so that you can use your peer-to-peer strengths to develop solutions together. If you have people working on clean cooking solution, it is, very smart that we put you together in the same community. So it's not going to be location-based. It's going to be solution-based. Someone is asking me to mention the dates for the workshops again. Of course, check into your mail. The program guide is there containing the dates as I've just mentioned. So you can stamp it, print it out, you can add it to your calendar. Of course, it's all yours. You can do well to work on that. So another person is asking, is the innovation personal or must work together as a group? Well, the research aspect is a group thing now. The research is a group thing. However, we know that for some of you, you may have personal innovations that you have, at the back of your mind. All right. So while we are not negating the potentials of growing your personal innovations, at the same time, because this time around now we are looking at solving solutions holistically. So, and you can imagine that many a times the kind of solutions that we bet from Sustainable Energy Accelerator is one that may not totally be managed single-handedly. Of course, in collaboration, you move faster. So we are hoping that your solutions are submitted individually at the phase 2. However, your research is going to be a team-based, work. You work together as a team. But at the phase 2, you submit your solutions individually, and that's what would work with until you are one of the top innovators who have the opportunity to be able to present at the Sustainable Energy Accelerator conference, which will be much later in the year. So the purpose of all of this is, one, to teach you partnerships through the research phase, and to teach you owning your own leadership and diligence at the phase 2 by submitting your own individual solutions. I think that answers the question of the person. So someone is asking, are the workshops going to be through Zoom as well as maybe the materials will be provided with, and any participant go through when it's available? Oh, wow. The workshops are going to be through Zoom, just like we're having this ceremony now. And, just for you to lay your hands further on the learning, maybe much later, you want to settle down to treat it much better than it was, treated during the live section. We are offering you the opportunity to make use of our YouTube platform also, where you can catch up with, other persons, other resources, and every other, sections that we've had. You can always get to see that on our YouTube as well. So Ayokunle, I wouldn't know, maybe if we can take 1 or 2 questions from YouTube also, and we can close from here, please.
So thank you very much, Mr. Mayowa. So to every participant, our fellows, we are behind schedule, but I would encourage us to not to discard our questions. Put your questions together and let them get to us. You can share it by groups, by your group, or with your team members. Share it with us, and we'll provide responses appropriately. So we might not be able to take more questions, but then we still want you to let those questions get to us, because it's very important to get necessary informations and so as to know how to proceed. So that's the
there is one I must answer before we are out of here.
Okay, fine. Let's take that one. Let's take one.
Someone is asking about the boot camp. So what we mean by the boot camp now is an extensive kind of workshop, which we may be thinking about between 4 to 6 to 8 hours at stretch. And during the boot camp, what you'll be learning on will be on the basics of a business model, Canva, grant writing. Of course, we are teaching you to bet solutions, right? How do you market your solutions if you do not have the professional understanding and backgrounds that will help you to push the product successfully? So at the bootcamp now, we'll be teaching you on building a business model for your solution. We'll be teaching you on grant writing, sourcing funding to amplify or to build, your products, to build other prototypes of your products. So this is what we'll be doing during the bootcamp. So it is one key aspect of the program that you make sure to not to miss. In fact, I can promise you it is one workshop that you will definitely enjoy. So I pass it back to Mr. Rappo.
All right, Edward. I believe your question has been answered, but like I mentioned earlier on, if you need further clarity or you would like to make further inquiry, you can always reach out to us. So, ladies and gentlemen, champions of sustainable energy across Africa's fellows and friends, we've come to we're going to be ending the opening ceremony very soon. But before we do that, I would once again, on behalf of the leadership of the AIIDEV Africa, I want to appreciate everyone for being on the call, for being part of this ceremony. And to also our keynote speaker in absentia, we appreciate her, and we look forward to the innovative solutions and the impact through which this program will birth on the long run. So to everyone, I'm going to leave this with us. Like I said earlier on, it is not of him that started the journey, but it's of him that finishes. So I would like to encourage us once more, the same zeal, the same energy with which you put into the application, complete it. See to it that you complete what you've started. That's the beauty of the whole thing. And at the end, you will look back to it and be like, okay, I was part of something significant at this time. So again, I appreciate everyone, the entire team members, and everyone on the call. Thank you very much for joining us. Till we meet again. I'll tell us, I would say, enjoy your night rest, enjoy your day, enjoy your work, and keep making changes in your environment. Thank you. You're welcome, everyone. Have a great day.